And welcome to Meet the Leaders. Hi there, David Smith along with you and lots of folks here at the state capitol. It is very busy. It's nice to be on the road, and it is with great pleasure that we welcome Senator Kevin Kelly of the 21st District, Stratford, Shelton, Monroe, and Seymour to the program. Senator, good to see you always. Thank you. It has been a busy time getting everybody back into action over the last 3 weeks, getting various committees squared away and so forth. A lot is happening that requires almost instant or post-instant action, isn't it?
Absolutely. It certainly has been a tough start. I mean, we've had a lot of snow. It delayed the opening of the session, but you know, there are a lot of important things nonetheless that we have to focus on and deal with.
Well, I was surprised, and I think many people were surprised to see and hear headlines about one of your major corporate constituents, Sikorsky, the other day, looking to lay off 600 people. That is a huge number in your district, affecting, I don't know what that extrapolates to, 2,000 or 3,000. I mean, when you can factor in families and so forth.
Sure.
A lot of people very seriously.
It does, and our heart goes out to those who have been affected or will be affected by the job losses. It's certainly a large number, and it's not just the 600 jobs themselves that we're losing at Sikorsky, but it's all the ancillary jobs that go with that. It's not only the service, but also the providers. There's other contractors. There's good paying middle class jobs. These are highly skilled employees who make a good wage that enables them to pay the mortgage and send their kids to school and to afford to live in Connecticut, and we're losing those good quality jobs, and that's never a good day when we see anybody lose their job, but when we lose 600 at one time, it's something that we should really start thinking about here. The bells should be going off that there's a problem.
You know, here we are, we're talking about an economy that is slowly improving, and then you kind of get a kidney shot with something like this going on. Is there any hope of altering that in any way? What are they saying? Is this a fait accompli?
Well, certainly politics is the art of the possible. And certainly the actions and decisions that we make here impact jobs in our districts. So is there something that can be done? I believe there is. I think we can make a better job environment in Connecticut, but we've got to start doing things differently. We still have chronically high unemployment. We still have less jobs today than when we did when the governor took office. And so what are we doing here at the Capitol? And can we do more? I mean, that's the thing is, what's the size of our government, and can our job creators shoulder that burden and much of the red tape that we continue to put in their way that stop them from hiring our families? And that's really what we got to start focusing on, is the jobs. And it's more than just a minimum wage issue. Minimum wage is a job that's more or less a service industry. When we start losing the high-quality, middle-class jobs like those at Sikorsky, like the ones in hospitals, we're losing those jobs because of policies we've passed in this House, we got to start thinking about what the ramifications of our actions are.
Many of your corporate clients are talking and have been talking about transportation as being a major difficulty. Getting up here today, something that you and so many of our legislators from southwestern Connecticut, you know, it's a bear to do that, and even Metro North has been just suffering so badly lately.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, if you drive on 95, which I do, that what could be a half-hour ride when there's nobody out on a Sunday morning is a 2-hour drive on a Friday afternoon or a Thursday afternoon, and you sit there as you're driving along and you say, what's the loss of productivity? It's an extra hour and a half each way. What's the loss of time with our families? What's that impact to the lives of the people that are living in Connecticut? And then you look at the choices that we make when we spend almost $600 million to build a bus line from New Britain to Hartford. We take almost $200 million out of the special transportation fund that's dedicated to transportation safety and put it into the general fund. That's tax dollars we're spending on high gas costs that are supposed to be going towards transportation safety, and it's not. And then you see the problems we have with Metro North. I mean, there was a train derailment today on the shoreline. these are becoming all too frequent, but then you step back and look and say, but then we spent $800 million in other transportation issues or funds put other places. This impacts what's going on with Metro North, yet they keep increasing fares.
Are there things that can be done in this shortened session to remedy those areas?
Well, once again, I believe that we can definitely put money into these, but you got to make choices. And it's what choices are we going to look at? Are we going to look at helping the middle class working families of Connecticut, or are we going to put money elsewhere in the budget? I think we should be focusing on those families.
Welcome to politics.
Yes.
It's all choices, isn't it?
It is.
Thanks so much for being with us.
You
Kevin.
bet. It's
Great
always
to
a
see
welcome to be here. Thank you.
Senator Kevin Kelly of the 21st District, our guest on this edition of Meet the Leaders from the State Capitol. I'm David Smith. More coming up in just a moment.